As with everything in life, value matters. Getting bang for your buck. And with the new Wizards of the Coast products coming up this year, you might be surprised how little value you get. In today's market, where everyone's looking for a deal on everything from gas to groceries, and to, of course, our Magic the Gathering products, value matters. Welcome back, everyone. MTG Moxman here. Thanks again for hanging out with me on the channel. When you look back on some Magic deals you've made in the past, you probably say you got a good deal. Other times, a card got reprinted and the money you spent went to Hose Town and you're like, I got ripped off so bad. It's an ever-changing thing how we as players, as people, view value. Value for dollar. Did I get a good deal? Did I get the best out of what I could have that was available at the time? Some people will kick themselves, others don't mind. Everyone comes from that different place when they're looking for value. But with Magic the Gathering products, it's funny how kind of similar a lot of people are. There can be lots of great utilitarian cards in a set, but if Wizards doesn't price that set right, players will get upset. They'll voice their concerns and say, I'm getting ripped off, because we all know opening a pack is already a form of gambling. Like we're gambling away a chance to get something cool. But it can be very difficult, or even insanely difficult, depending on the product. You know, when you opened up Double Flip Trip Masters 2022, 4 packs in here. Remember how much these were? But man, textured foils, great cards in the set. Imperial Seal got reprinted. Universally, I heard good things. Even me, who was really leery about this, has to say, what a banger product. That product was just amazing. Now, if we follow that up and say, hey, Modern Horizons 2. Yeah, it has a $600 Canadian price tag. But we got Fetch Lands, we got Ragavan, Esper, Sentinel. There are some great cards in this set, as well as nostalgic throwback cards. We got Dak on Darkblade. We got some great stuff inside the box. This was another banger set. Most people will agree. Because getting 6 Fetch Lands, or a minimum of like 4 Fetch Lands in a box, was a very hard product to beat out. But Wizards doesn't always get it right. It seems on a lot of these premium products they do. What happens when they price something at a premium price and it doesn't work out? Battle for Baldur's Gate, Commander Legends. Look at this thing. Beautiful box. I like the idea of it. I love the flavor of the set. And the cards inside aren't bad. It's not a horrible set, right? We can all agree it's not like the most evil set out there. A lot of people say Dragon's Maze 2.0. I'm going to give this, not quite as bad as Dragon Maze, because there is a lot of unique individual cards which could find play use. But that price tag, guys, I was so surprised to see how hard it was to pull those dragons, the same as all of you. When you're opening box after box and you're not getting any, it was a scary thing. And that's that moment where Wizards made the gambling so risky, so expensive to dive into, that people avoided it. Stores got stuck with it, and the fire sales happened. This box in Canada was like $400, $369, which we had never seen for a product like this. Everyone jokes around, we all laugh and say, hey, Wizards just like slapped Commander Legends on this, said it was a great set, and they didn't do anything to augment the set, remember? We didn't get some of the cards we would have expected to see in... No, Mana Drain? Really? We didn't get Dockside in there when he should have been. I mean, there's Docks inside Forgotten Realms. And the dragons were so difficult to pull that they still kind of retain a high price tag now. This is a mismanaged product. Should have been a standard set, should have had standard pricing, and it would have been fine. Because no one out there is going to say, there was great value in this set. There was amazing value. I'm happy with the value. I'm content with what I got. No. Again, universally, everyone was like, nah, they don't want to see that again. And with Wizards trying shrinkflation, trying to narrow things down, they are trying to needle nose through value. They're trying to make sure it's such a narrow amount of value that you have to buy multiple products to try to build it up, or it spurs on the singles market, which gives them reprint equity for future products. If they drive those dragons to a super high price because it was so hard to get, and the dragons become $100, $150 dragons, whatever, and they put it inside of a new Master Series product or a Modern Horizons type thing, if they put them in there, people will feel okay with that value because the price got driven up. But that price for value, we want to see it there. We don't want to wait for it and make mistakes like this again. You'll probably see less mistakes like this, and they probably will moderate out the pricing going forward. As we've seen with Phyrexia, all will be one. There is a good price tag attached to the products. Players are receiving it well, and it's selling well. Brothers War, holding its own. Not the best in terms of the actual value right now, but a lot of good cards in there that we'll see play, as well as the nostalgic side for things with all the retro artifacts. And then you go back to Dominaria United, the Lost Legends inside those collector boxes may hold future value for people, but for those who wanted to open the box and have a blast, some people were let down. That there was a few cards missing, like Thralls gave us a Timeless Lotus. You guys know how I feel about that Timeless Lotus. Lotuses don't tap for 5. Anyway, value for dollar. Bang for your buck. Looking for that best deal possible means a lot of players started looking at those fire sales like Crimson Vow, Midnight Hunt, $50 boxes, and they saw value. These aren't 150, these aren't 140, $50, $60 boxes. We've all heard that term. The house always wins. But in this case, the house is not going to win. If the value is not there inside of newer products being released by Wizards of the Coast, you are going to see players reject it more often than not. I know many stores, they're not going to just go out and blindly order. They're going to wait. They're going to see what the spoilers are. They're going to see what the appetite is. They're going to post up probably a couple of little small things and say, who on the pre-release order is looking for these cards? And they will wait and just reorder as needed. Because they got burned just like the players did on some of these products and some of these Amazon dumps. The value, the hunt for that value is every player looking now. With everything going on in the world, the way the economy is right now, and players still wanting to play the game. And yes, sales have increased. I've seen it across the board. But that doesn't mean everything's over, and it doesn't mean players don't recognize that they have more power than they've had before. They can be more selective. They can choose to engage with certain products and seek out single cards far easier than buying a sealed product that they don't believe will have the value attached to it to warrant even trying to open it. The value. It's something that Wizards is going to have to get around a bit. Either they add more cards to the market and make it more appealing for players to dive into that value and say, yes, this is worth the chance, the gamble. Or they're going to have to say, there's nothing we can do about it right now. We're going to have to play the hand we've been dealt and maybe put out more products in the future to broaden out the chance for these products to gain in value in the secondary market, in the primary market, with a few big banger cards hidden in each set, based on the synergies that they're trying to work with. Because Wizards of the Coast does hold a lot of ammunition. We've talked about that in the past. They got ammo, they got cannonballs, they can release all kinds of crazy stuff. They can break a card on purpose just to ban it later to drive the sales forward. But again, in the past where players may have fallen for that, remember Oko? It doesn't happen now. Players are aware of it. They will look for it and say, that card looks a little too broken to me. What do you guys think? And they'll start speaking to their friends and they'll talk in their playgroups. Elesh Norn, Mother of Machines, is still a primary topic for a lot of my friends, thinking it's going to get banned. They think like 6 to 8 months from now it's going to get banned. They think Commander is not going to be able to play it. I mean, I don't know personally. I haven't used it yet in Commander. But in Arena, it's pretty powerful. When you get it off, it's pretty powerful to watch it play. So I'll be curious to see how that plays out. And some of my friends have little side bets going. And they're saying, you know what? Wait for this card to keep falling, Moxman. Just wait for it to keep going. So how do you guys feel about the value that you're finding in some of these upcoming products? Did you feel that Brothers War treated you well? Dominaria United? Maybe a Secret Lair hit you and you said, this is awesome. Others, maybe not so much. I'd like to know what you guys are thinking out there about the upcoming products. Which ones are you most excited for, but which ones are you most worried about? Guys, I'm looking forward to seeing these comments. It's going to be exciting. Now, thanks again, everyone, for watching. Thanks for hanging out with me today, and I will see you all tomorrow for another video. And of course, guys, a big shout out and thank you to all the fantastic patrons on the channel, to all the new supporters joining on and hitting that subscribe button. Thanks again for tuning in each and every day and showing your support for the channel. Have a great one today, everyone. Most excited this year, Lord of the Rings. Can't help it. Also, the most worried about Lord of the Rings. I'm hoping it's everything I dreamed it'll be. If they did Warhammer 40k this way, they can make it happen, man. We can have a good set. But it is the one that I'm most excited and most worried about. I can't help myself. But you made it to the end of the video, so you deserve to know. I said deserted. You deserved to know what I'm thinking when it comes to that set. Because I'm kind of pumped up. It's one of those sets I kind of want to have a couple of boxes for future drafting and stuff. So I may buy a box or two. There's something about it. It may even be worthy of a collector box depending on how the spoilers come out. We don't know until you see the spoilers, but this is one of those sets, you know? And then Eldraine, I really enjoyed it. Kind of looking forward to go back to the storybook frames and see what's happening out there, especially with the Phyrexian invasion. But at the same time, they banned a lot of cards last time we were in Eldraine, so it makes you wonder a little bit, right? Makes you wonder. So we'll see where things go. That's the exciting part. I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. Let me know. We're not done. What are you guys talking about? It's not over. It's not over. Because you know what? We got to put Bruce Campbell in the comments section. Good old Bruce. Bubba Hotep.